Going back to the around the league. Let's see if I can get a damn match. 2K, give me a match. Is it that hard? Do your servers suck that bad that we can't get a match? Thank you. Come on, synchronized game. Let's go. I'm not sure you want to get the Jazz or not, but I'm going to get the Jazz. That's the next team in the go round. Really? Oh, he's trying to drive to the rim. Who's my lineup? Mo, Foy, Hayward. Last time I played with Jazz, I lost with him. I've already played with him already. A few months ago. But this is the round league, play them again.
As we get ready for an interconference contest here at the American Airlines Arena. The road trip ends for the Jazz here as they leave for Utah right after the game.
Well, the streak is still going, but right now they're facing a team that's going to make it tough for that streak to continue. We'll see if they've got enough moxie and enough confidence and enough poise to win another one.
Well, I think they'll have enough confidence, Clark, because right now they feel like they can beat anybody. But you're right, this could be the toughest test yet for them during this win streak.
I wasn't even playing D that time. I could have did that one.
Boy, that happened fast. Just the immediate bucket off the steal.
I was trying to do something else.
One of the things they have is the
substitution.
ability to score quickly after a turnover.
Well, one of the things the Jazz are going to have to sort out over the next year or two is just playing time in the front court. And that equation was made even more confusing with the addition of Enes Kanter in the draft. But he played a very limited role last year, and the minutes seemed to work out for everybody. But as he develops, it'd be very interesting to keep an eye on the rotation of the Utah front court.
From deep, Williams.
Let's go, Mo.
And that one's good.
Let's go, Mo.
Williams has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now, here's Chalmers, covered by Foy. Williams comes with the double team. Haslam, the pass to Chalmers. 5 to shoot. Over Millsap. And the basket by Chalmers. Well, I don't know if I'd call it a logjam, Steve, or what. I mean, I think it's still kind of sorting itself out with the Utah Jazz up front. A lot of size.
Let's go, Mo.
Favors is terrific. Kanter, we really don't even know what's going on because he's so raw, but great potential. You know, a lot of good young players.
Get that shit out of here, man. Go get it out of the third row. Go get that shit.
Dance there for the coach Tyrone Corbin to try to figure that out.
It will be, but you'd much rather try to do that dance with that kind of ammunition and those types of potential dancers than not. So Favors is another guy in the mix, and eventually you think the Jazz will perhaps have to move one of those guys up to free up playing time, but that remains to be seen.
The Jazz making a switch here. Favors is checked in. Favors brings the double. Wade left side. It's LeBron with the drive.
Oh, boo.
Pressure all over.
He's so dangerous. Anytime he gets the ball in his hands and gets some momentum going towards the basket.
The Heat shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Yeah, it's been an average year at the line for them so far this year, shooting about 75%.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year.
Oh, my God. Mo Williams is killing it.
Not too bad. I think we could see them put up some big numbers if they keep shooting like this. I mean, 4 or 5 early, and they look focused and locked in.
LeBron out the lane.
LeBron right side, covered by Foy. LeBron pushes to Wade. Kicks it to Chalmers. Over Williams. Another shot.
Oh my!
Foul call. Looked like
he traveled double all in the same damn play.
Randy Foy. The Heat shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And this year they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw
percentage they had last season.
Haslam hits both of them.
You know, it's amazing. Haslam might be 6'7". He looks closer to 6'6" to me. But he was an imposing presence at center in his college days with the Florida Gators.
Even though he lacks elite size at the NBA level, he understands positioning, doesn't back down, and in the pros, I've always thought this about Haslam. He's also become a terrific step-back jump shooter. And then he steps back and draws those charges. So see, his game is multi-tier.
Nobody talks about it, just went way out there for no reason.
Think they could keep it in bounds.
And a new group in for the Heat. Chris Anderson is checked in for Bosch. Thaddeus comes in for Udonis Haslem. Ray Allen, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. Cole. And again, it's the Heat missing.
There's Tyrone Corbin in his second season as head coach of the Jazz. Before that, he'd spent 7 years as an assistant coach in Utah. That's
playing way better than I did the first time I ever played with him.
Every time if you give him that shot.
Good day.
Back to LeBron. And stolen by Williams. And now Williams running the floor all by himself.
Let's go. Oh, we've got 10 points.
This quarter, I mean, their lead is safe if he keeps up this kind of play.
Right, we'll take them.
Back to Tyrone Corbin, 16-year journeyman career as a player.
That mess out of here. Let's go.
For 10 teams in all, the Utah Jazz among them.
Yeah, 3 years in Utah. He was always known as kind of a grinder.
Let's
Every
go.
coach loved him because he played so hard, and you know those qualities I think translate well to the coaching ranks. Corbin knows how hard it is to compete in the NBA. And he knows how hard it is to win. And so he's trying to put his guys in the best position to have success.
Take away your best player, make you play with the role players.
And some changes here for the Heat. Wash comes in for Chris Anderson. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for LeBron. So
Austin shot the ball.
With an almost entirely new group here. Paul Millsap's checked in for Jefferson. Williams comes in for Derek Favors. Alec Burks
right up on the basket.
For Randy Foy. And Jamal Tinsley is subbed in for Mo Williams. Mo Williams is checked in for the Jazz.
Good day.
They get it back.
The rate.
Shot to stop the run. No good for Bosch. Now here's Millsap. Averaging 14 points a game.
Oh my Lord, Williams. Good Lord.
Williams has got 13 points.
They have just been pouring in threes from the start. And the defense is drowning. I mean, they can't find a way to get
man, come on. That ball is in the net and you call the foul. Come on now.
How did he get that to go? Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
Tinsley up top. Over Chalmers. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the score. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, the Jazz enjoying a nice lead here.
Boy, the offense has been so smooth. Everybody working together, and you can tell they're getting good shots pretty much every time down.
Yeah, they're well.
Wow, I got a charging call out here? I don't believe that.
Moving, they keep themselves moving.
2K must have made some changes.
They're piling up the points.
I've seen a lot of bullshit in the last 2 weeks.
Up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups.
I don't think he's going to do that. Press knows what he's going to do. Press is not your friend.
Ray Allen and LeBron fill out the wings. Chris Anderson out there with Shane Battier, and it's Cole in at the one.
Busting a lot of threes.
Good.
That's now 6 straight points off open threes. Get a hand
up, fellas. Pay attention to the scouting report.
Well, you know how quickly things can go south when you start giving up wide open looks to this team. Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
Well, you know when he goes up with both hands, it's going to go down hard.
Here's Williams. And Utah
Williams is kicking butt.
He is so good at working himself into the open spots on the floor inside that three.
You know, the Miami
Why did a man fall like that?
Young as a team in terms of NBA history. Joined the league in 1988, but really hit the ground running and have been a force in the East since they became part of the league.
Clock at 4. Allen for 3. It's rebounded by Paul Millsap. Jazz leading by 14. Feeds to Hayward. Deep.
I forced that one.
Rebounded by Battier. Well, you look at the Heat, you take away the first 3 years of the franchise as they were building from scratch. Since 1991, they have only missed the playoffs 5 times. Steve, I think that's an amazing stat.
Yeah, the franchise quickly came in and established itself way back as one of the tougher opponents to deal with in the East. They've done a nice job of establishing themselves as a model organization.
Let me try to get 40. I can't stand Ford's jump shot.
Here's what Miami's
going to some
with
shots.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Anderson. Haslam comes in for Shane Battier. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Ray Allen. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole.
Right on cue, baby. Let's go.
Switch here. Allen's checked in.
Well, another uncontested 3 there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean,
I haven't used their post players yet.
Well, the last 5 hoops,
I guess I ain't really had to, really.
Open 3-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up one, but you start giving 3-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
So the Heat, their last game, a win against the San Antonio Spurs.
And you look at the box score from that game, guys, and the first thing you notice is how many turnovers they forced.
Yeah, and one thing the box score doesn't show is just how many points came as a direct result of those turnovers. There were a whole bunch of them. You know, Gordon Hayward's outside shooting is kind of a mystery. One season he'll be lights out, the next he'll struggle. We saw the same thing for him when he was at Butler. A bit hot and cold. If he gets consistency with that jump shot, watch out.
You saw him in the Final Four a couple times.
Yep.
Shane Battier is checked in for the Heat. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Dang it, what in the hell?
Haslam. And the powerful one-handed slam.
An open lane right there. Pretty much saw the daylight he wanted and took advantage.
Yeah, great opportunity, and he seized it without much hesitation.
Man, Mo Williams' jump shot is money.
The defense really needs to tighten things up here.
That jump shot is
Steve, going
money.
back to Hayward, his three-point shooting alternates year by year, beginning in 2009 as a rookie, and
unlike Utah,
this past season up and down and all over the place. It's tough, at least right now, for him to get that consistency with that long shot.
Yeah, he needs to be more consistent, for sure, Kevin. But remember, when he came into the NBA out of Butler, shooting was really not his game. He was more of a ball handler and a passer. But shooting is something that every player can improve upon. You practice, and as you go on in your career, generally you get better and better.
Williams kicks to Jefferson.
Bad possession.
And the foul on Al Jefferson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And now, guys,
I like Utah. Utah pretty good.
And that's his second foul. I'd be anxious to see if they leave him in here.
A different look for Miami.
Chris
Anderson is checked in for Bosh. LeBron comes in for Udonis Haslam. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers.
Keep bodies in front of him.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group. Derek Favors checked in for Jefferson. Williams comes in for Paul Millsap. Alec Burks checked in for Randy Ford. And Jamal Tinsley is subbed in for Mo Williams.
Wow.
Burks' shot is good.
Another open look from outside. The defense is really struggling to close out on the shooters.
I'm probably going to miss them three-point cheesing.
Long range.
They're open shots.
I tell you, the Jazz front office has done a really nice job in Utah.
Down there.
They've drafted some excellent-looking young players in the last few years. Derek Favors, Cantor, Burks, Gordon Hayward. Yeah. These are guys who have bright futures in the NBA, and it's just a matter of them growing together.
You know, Steve, you're right on the money. You see glimpses from this young group all the time. You figure it's just a matter of time before, Clark, the Jazz are too deep at every position. They've made great headway.
Yeah, they really have, Kevin. They look poised to me to return to the Western Conference power that they were for the better part of 2 decades. So I think it's a great job, terrific job, really, of bringing in some young talent and developing that talent.
Wade drives in, and he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
You know, even in his 30s, Dwayne Wade remains one of the fastest players in the league. When he gets out,
how do you use the Heat and get blown out?
Talk about how tough
Explain
Wade and LeBron are to stop in transition. The Heat really have to look to push the tempo.
It's simple. That's playing to their strengths.
You got the Heat and you're getting your ass whooped. You should be still in the game at least.
Wade and the freight train James, although Pippen and Jordan were pretty lethal in their day in transition as well.
You should at least be in the game. But they get blown out with the Heat.
Effectively than that, he's going to eat you up on the offensive boards.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. LeBron kicks to Cole. There's the triple. The shot is off. So for the Jazz, their last game lost to the Grizzlies.
Look at D.
Left side, Williams. Hayward. Off target with the open look.
Nobody anywhere close to him. Where's the defense? He's got to make that
Good
shot.
first half.
So as we conclude the first half.
Could be better.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
How about the game for Mo Williams? He's got 17 points, and he's giving them a spark from outside with 3 3-pointers.
Well, you got to have that floor spacing. He is capable of knocking down that shot. That's exactly what he's doing today.
Tipping off the second half. Here's Tyrone Corbin's spot. At the forward spots, Gordon Hayward and Paul Millsap. Mo Williams out there at 4.
Come on, let's do better game. Come on now.
In at the 5 spot.
We're talking junk on how you get blown out with the daggone heat. We'll let them boys back in the game.
Them out if he was a bit more assertive.
Nice shot by Foy.
Foy jump shot. Okay.
Foy's got his 3rd bucket of the night. The Heat trail by 17. LeBron kicks to Chalmers. Fires for 3. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
Got the win.
And he's most dangerous as a long-range shooter, someone who can do serious damage behind that three-point line. And we all know how important the three-point shot has become with every team because you've got to be able to space the floor and run your offense.
And another one of his really special talents is coming up with steals at the moment a ball handler picks up his dribble and is getting into a shooting motion. He's got excellent timing in that regard.
Well, everybody knows about the big 3 in Miami with James Bosh and Wade. I think the question going forward with the new CBA really penalizing teams for going deep into the luxury tax. Interesting to see how Miami handles that going forward because those 3 guys make up the vast majority of their salary cap. So adding other players may be
really boring.
Here's Wade. He has 7.
Goodness, down 12. Come on, man.
Finishing with flavor.
Yeah, he put something extra.
Let's not. I know I'm just saying it's boring, but let's not try to make this exciting.
What an amazing dunk.
Let's keep this lead, man.
Call time here. And as it's been for Miami in the first few years of the big 3 here, they've had to rely on vets coming in and not making too much money. They're trying to sell them on being a champion as opposed to getting fat in the wallet.
Yeah, and it'll continue to be like that, Kevin.
What are you doing? That guy has them all out of bounds.
They really don't have a chance to add any additional big names because
the press gets beaten so easily, man.
The biggest names that you could get. So it's about finding the right pieces to surround those guys and see if that's good enough to win a title.
Ball's not loose. Passes it to Hayward. Great shot. It's hauled in by the Heat. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz. 11 feet away. Again, the Heat.
That damn bounce, man.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. And I think they came out with some tired legs to start. But they've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged.
Wow.
And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. And there's the call on James. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Now you wonder why his team's losing.
Wait till that charge, man. Wait till that charge. Good team player. You know you got dunked on. Good team player.
Chris Anderson is checked in for Haslett. Pattier comes in for LeBron. Ray Allen is checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers.
Should have run a big roll.
Back to Jefferson. Dishes it to Hayward. From deep.
If I can make a daggone shot, he didn't go this bullshit, man.
Randy Foy gets the whistle that time.
All right, let's get back to playing basketball. I'm not playing basketball.
Well, you know, you look at the success of teams like Oklahoma City who built through the draft. I mean, teams starting to emulate that method of building up talent. And it takes patience. I think some are starting to question the incentive when teams are, in a sense, getting bad to get good. I think it's worth examining if that's the best model for the league to incentivize.
Great job defending the hoop there.
So important to have good presence defensively inside.
Jazz leading by 10. And the foul on Dwayne. That's his first foul. Going back to what Clark just talked about, Steve, some call it tanking for draft picks. I don't like that word, but some people will use it. Teams like, say, Houston, that are trying to go from solid to great. It's not easy without the superstars that top draft picks can provide.
And the irony, of course, is that even if you have the best chance of winning the lottery, it's still only a 25% chance. So tanking isn't always going to pay off. The lottery often just comes down to a random drop of the ping pong ball, and you know, all of a sudden some team that's had a decent season is getting the #1 pick. But it's a difficult issue to tackle for sure.
Well, some of the numbers NBA wingmen have been putting up from the field this season are truly impressive. Have a look at the top shooters among them. LeBron James, #1.
And obviously, looking at those numbers, he hasn't just been settling for outside shots. He really works hard to get good position on the inside to get some high-quality looks.
And that hard work is paired with a very aggressive mindset, Steve. I mean, he attacks the basket whenever he gets the chance, every opportunity. And a lot of his shots come right at the rim.
Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for LeBron. Paul Millsap's checked in for Utah.
Well, it's kind of scary when you play against Miami. I mean, that talent is so overwhelming. So what a lot of teams try to do is zone them just to cut down on the dribble penetration and force Miami to take outside shots.
And it might seem like a
what have they done with free throws,
approach, but if you are faced with giving LeBron and Wade a jump shot or a dunk, there isn't too much hesitation. I don't think, Clark, in your answer.
No, I would
agree. There are a
couple of things that scare you about the Heat. First, they can knock down outside shots and beat you if you try to go to a zone and close off driving lanes. And secondly, they're still probably able to find a way to get inside and dunk through you or over you.
And it's kind of like pick your poison.
Yeah, they come at you a couple of different ways.
Chalmers with it. Williams picks him up. And Chalmers with the block. Fast break. Here come the Jazz.
Good Lord, man.
There's 53 seconds left here in the third quarter. The drive by Wade. The kick out to Bosh.
Oh, that jump. That's Bosh.
Over Millsap. Over Williams. Wade. Good.
Wade's I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened.
Guys leading to that putback.
Oh, what's going on right now?
There's the dish to Williams. Launches it.
There you go. Good shot. It's got 2-3 head, I guess.
Well, he can shoot the 3. We know that. But
get it! Oh, watch out now.
Should call time. He got a little momentum right now. I'm all right.
I tell you what, you need to archive that one for the highlight tape.
Oh, yeah, that is a keeper. You're correct.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah.
And those plays will give your team a huge boost.
Outside Williams. He kicks to Burks. Over Wade. Burks can't get it to go. Wade, right side. Misses from short range. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game.
Wow.
Here's Williams. So with Wade on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Ray Allen and LeBron.
There you go. Let's go, man.
Chris Anderson out there with Chris Bosh, and it's Cole in at the point guard position. The drive by LeBron. He feeds it to Cole. Over Foy. An offensive rebound. Bosh passes to LeBron. Tries again. The shot no good. Good work defensively by Millsap. Jazz leading by 13. Williams for 3.
There we go.
To go. Williams has got 20.
I'm taking way too many threes
for the
in
Heat,
the way too many.
41% for the game.
More than I ever would like to take. Oh.
And some changes here for the
Heat. No low post going
Wade
this game.
checked in for
I ain't really tried,
and
but
Chalmers in for
we
Norris
can get
Cole.
done going this game.
Here's Allen.
Good day.
Off the inbound pass. Again, the miss by the Heat. Tipped. Millsap dishes to Ford. And stolen by LeBron. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play.
Good Lord, that's the wrong picture did on LeBron.
Side Bosh. It's stolen by Ford. Williams kicks to Ford. Here's Hayward. Again, the Jazz score.
Let's go.
Showing no mercy. They are getting after them at both ends of the floor.
Continuing to add to the lead as the minutes tick away.
The Heat making a switch here. Haslam's checked in. The Heat trail by 18. Back to Allen to stop the run. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist.
One of the great shooters in the history of the game. I mean, Ray Allen is just amazing with that deep range, incredible accuracy, and he can also put the ball on the deck a little bit once or twice, pull up jump shots, get to the foul line. Allen's just one of the most consistent scorers we've had in the game for a long time.
And he's rehearsed that motion for so long. It's automatic. I mean, it's something he can do in his sleep. He doesn't even think about the situation or the defender. He eyes his target and lets it fly.
You go, Jefferson. Let's
go. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Tyrone Corbin was giving to his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Look at that effort. Does he set a great example out there or what?
On plays like that, he does. Sure. What work on the offensive glass we see.
They're going to work down there.
Yeah, that was awesome. Put back with the slam. Are you kidding me?
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Now, not a popular call, as you can hear in the background.
Not at all. Unanimous disapproval of that whistle.
Derek Favors checked in for Paul Millsap.
You know, I get the feeling he's pressing here a bit.
There you go.
There's a fine line between being intense and focused and being aggressive and pressing. And right now, he's pressing and hasn't found his rhythm in this game.
And here's Chalmers from the arc.
Get that shit out of here, boy.
Favors. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. LeBron, he's checked in for the Heat. And a switcher also for Utah. Paul Millsap's checked in for Derek Favors. They grab their own miss. And the foul on Mo Williams. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
That's number 4 on him, and he's got to start being aware of how close he is to 6. I mean, he's got one more foul before being DQ'd, that is.
And they double him up with LeBron.
Yep,
Williams comes with a double team. Foy, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so it's Utah here with the ball. Jazz leading by 19. From deep, Williams. And it's good.
Go, Mo.
Williams has got 25 points.
Nice offensive play there, and this one's pretty much in the books, guys.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? It was a very good showing from them to come away with the win. I was very impressed.
And Chris Bosh with the slam.
That was a nice, strong one-hand jam there.
Yeah, brought it back and ripped it down.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's nice.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's foul number 2 for him.
And a big change we saw last season was an adjustment to what's known as the rip-through call. That's where a player with the ball sees the defender's arms out and kind of goes up right through the arms and draws the foul. And the league ruled that it would still be a foul, but it would be called on the ground depending on where the player was and where the defender was. But they're not going to give the benefit of the doubt as much to the shooter.
He spoke loud on making a statement that play.
Yeah, that was brute force battling for the offensive board, then taking it right back up there.
That's just all about strength and energy, guys.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Chris Anderson is checked in for Bosh. Adier comes in for Udonis Haslem. Ray Allen, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. The rip-through rule change, Steve. Some vets who like to trick rookies might miss it, but it seems like it's the right direction.
There we go.
Well, I don't think it's a great basketball play. So I think it was a smart move by the league to cut back on that play. You still call the foul, but you don't give the guy the 2 free throws. To me, it made perfect sense.
Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for LeBron. We've got 1:23 left in the game. Battier, the pass to Allen. Williams against Battier. Help the bucket.
They've got to offer more resistance inside. Just too many easy buckets in the paint.
Yeah, Steve, and that's the top priority for any defense. You got to protect the paint.
And Battier, no good on that one.
Free throws are Battier, huh?
Battier playing the small ball 4, a stretch 4 they call it as well. At 6'8", he's got the size and strength to step into that role when the matchup is right for him.
And that's how you have to attack the double team. Find the open man, get the ball out of your hands.
Utah. Actually, a pretty good day on team.
Allen takes the lead pass.
No way. No way he get that.
Well, I tell you what,
how in the world he get that skill again?
Definitely taking their toll on the team today.
That's right where they wanted to go with the ball on that possession.
There's 49 seconds left in the
fourth quarter. Wait, man.
And Norris Cole's going to pick up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And going back to Battier at the 4, he can play inside. He's got that, Steve, that little hook shot in the paint.
But the big thing is, the reason you play him at the 4 is to stretch out the defense. Battier can shoot the 3 from anywhere on the floor. So if you put him at the 4, now all of a sudden the lane is wide open for his teammates, and it becomes much more difficult to cover the entire floor for the defense.
Haslam can't get it to go. It's been all Jazz. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Well, not much they can do at this point.
Nope, playing for pride, trying to finish strong for pride's sake.
The Jazz shooting impressively throughout at 62%. Now, here's Burks. The 3 is launched, and the basket good.
Doesn't look like they're going to take it easy on them down the stretch.
It certainly
all right, another one down, folks. Utah Jazz.
Attacking the basket and putting up points.
Another
and it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take
player.
it.
Yeah, all I play is Heat and Knicks players. And you. So you gonna pause it with 0 seconds left? Really? So you gonna pause it with 0 seconds left? Fuck out of here, man.
So it's Utah.
What's his 2 I'm out.